Isham Khan, left arm over the wicket. Can he get it to swing back into the right hander and look to hit his pads? Tall man, James Warton, good striker of the ball. Nice drive straight to mid off. Oh, little fumble. Sloppy start in the field for Saka. And James gets off the mark. That was a bit of a let off. They got to show more intensity in the field. The first game of the tournament, they put a few catches down, which really let them down big time. So today, it's an opportunity for a lot of these youngsters to make a name for themselves, like playing against a formidable Yorkshire side. Onto the pads. It's going to be leg bias. Clearly was going down the leg side. You'll feel like he missed out. Revis just missed out on that opportunity. It was just heading down the leg side. Oh, that one just stayed down. He was almost celebrating, a bit optimistic there. Close to that leg stump. Not much bounce so far from Isham Khan. Bowling a relatively full length. Not much lateral movement so far we have seen. But he's bowling in good areas. He's got protection out at square leg and deep point. Both fielders are square of the wicket. Oh, another inside edge. Especially early on in the morning. It's not the kind of wicket where you can straight away get going and hit through the line with ease. It's just that little bit of tackiness early morning. Out ball just holding in the surface. As the day progresses, it becomes much more better for batting, especially under lights. The sun will bake down the surface and it's going to get quicker as the day progresses. Last ball of the first over. Straight to short mid wicket. Very good over from Isham Khan. 3 for naught, Yorkshire. Three for none. So it's going to be left arm medium pace from both ends with the new ball. Interesting choice here from Amrit Basra to give the ball to two left arm medium fast bowlers. Different in height, obviously, to Isham Khan. And bit quicker as well. So far, so good for Team Saka. They've done well in the first over. Chinmay to continue. Straight away, using the feet, and was it a chance? And it's a no ball as well, so it's all happening. It's going to be a free hit. Just overstepping the mark there, Chinmay. Not a great start. It's going to be a perfect opportunity for Revis to get on with it. He's got protection on the leg side, square leg and mid wicket out on the fence. Free hit. Short and wide down the leg side. And it's gonna be a wide as well. One of the over called from Kashif. Just going fraction short. Line was the problem for Chenmay. Just straying onto that middle leg stump. This time heaved away on the leg side. Will find the fielder at mid wicket. So that free hit doesn't cost them much. It's perfect time to introduce my co-com. Ovasali, good morning and welcome.
A very good morning to you, Asghar Khan, and good morning to all our viewers. Chinmay Mulapudi, a left arm swing bowler, brings the ball in towards the right-handers and had a couple of fielders towards the mid-wicket, the deep square, and deep now he's got a deep point in place alongside deep square. Goes for that ramp and he's got a solid connection on this one. A bit of a teaser for the fielder, but he does well in the end and a couple of more easy runs.
Straight away wants to improvise and put the bowler off. These guys are so good with a skill set, not afraid to play that kind of strokes early on in the piece. They're so adept to playing such strokes. Tremendous skill and confidence to back it up. Oh, this time, bit over ambitious. Wants to go the other way around.
Yeah, trying to be a little cheeky early on in the very second over. Yeah, talking about Team Saka, I think they've played exceptional cricket in this tournament. Unfortunately, a loss in both the opening games, but then again, they've got a perfect opportunity to really get a win under their belt. That should give them a lot of confidence, and they would always want to finish this tournament on a high. Chinmay Mulapudi had a pretty decent outing even in the first game. That's a good delivery onto the stumps in the block hole. But this time, Jordan Wharton, he didn't really try to go for that ram shot.
And just about perfect. Not a bad idea with a new ball every now and then again, just to slip in that Yorker. And it's a wonderful delivery to have in your repertoire. If you can execute it perfectly, then that was a brilliant delivery. Another change in the field. Backward point comes up. Worked away on the onside. Pushing for the second. No, good fielding.
Yeah, it looks like they've got a plan against Wharton. They've got a packed leg side field, and of course, Chinmay Mulapudi, he's a bowler who doesn't really take the ball away. He's got that stock delivery which comes in. And good to see that he's trying to bowl full with the new ball, and that's the right approach. Early morning game, so there will be some assistance for the fast bowlers. It's a good little comeback after a wayward start. Goes for the big hit, and this time the ball doesn't swing, holds its line and beats the bat. It's 2 gone, 10 for no loss. Hisham Khan to continue bowled. A very good first over start of proceedings, and he's knocked the leg stump out. That is a magnificent delivery. Just a hint of movement inwards and trying to play the cross batted shot, and he's uprooted that leg stump.
A wonderful start here from Hisham Khan. Hitting that leg stump hard. Look at that stump cartwheeling. Great start here for Saka. And Asham Khan is struck early. Yorkshire 10 for 1. Perfect start here from Asham Khan, getting rid of the opening batter, and now it brings Finlay Bean to the centre. Tall left-hander. Good captaincy from Amrit, getting another slip in. This is the time with the new ball to attack. Good delivery and nicely played.
Yeah, he's bowling in those perfect tight channels, not really allowing the batters to free their arms. Hisham Khan once again is putting up a show in the last delivery. Not the best of shot selections by Jordan. Punched away. This protection will be a single.
Played square of the wicket off the front foot. Nicely played. So far, the length is just perfect. You don't mind batters driving early on this pitch. If you get driven and you're taken for runs, but you have to make sure that they come onto that front foot. You give the ball a chance to swing early on. That's what exactly he's done so far. Don't want to be short on this pitch, which is slower in nature. Another good delivery, punched away and quick single. Makes it comfortably.
Good running here and excellent communication. That's good to see. If you're not really getting the boundaries, ensure you just keep rotating strike. And that is one thing which we've seen throughout this tournament, that the batters, they've kept on rotating strike and they ensure that they don't lose and they don't miss out any kind of singles and doubles which are on offer. It's turned out to be a very economical and a successful over yet again by Hisham Khan. Picks up an important wicket. Nicely drives, but a bit of a fumble which should have been stopped will result in a single.
As the second time this fumble in since the morning in the field, it's just a little casual there. Perhaps a little bit of bad bounce, but just allows him to get off strike. 13 for 1. The bowling has been very, very good. Just a perfect start here for Saka after winning the toss. Last ball of the third over. This time, a little bit of room, but he doesn't get past. Covers. 3 gone, 13 for 1, Yorkshire.
Chinmay to continue. Pulled a good first over. That's a good delivery. It wasn't all that short to pull. And lucky escape. Could have easily just gotten that inside end and chopped back onto the stumps.
Oh, absolutely. Just error of judgment there from the left-hander. This is not the sort of pitch where you can really trust the bounce. Also the pace-wise, it didn't quite arrive. He was through the shot a little early. He's got to be careful here. This time shot and punched away on the offside. That's a lot better from Finlay Bean. Picks up his first boundary.
Yeah, it's that kind of a wicket where the margin of error becomes so minimal. Just a little short and width offered and quickly bouncing on it, and he's just crashed this towards the boundary. And this shot is certainly going to release a bit of early nerves, a bit of butterflies when you come in and play in the first 6 overs.
Chinmay just got it slightly wrong and he really pounced quickly on that one. He's got to get his length a yard fuller here. That was a good delivery. Just fell over a fraction. Finlay Bean, a relaxed looking dressing room at the moment. Yes, they've lost an early wicket, but there's a lot of talent there. And a lot of these youngsters looking for opportunity to play in this part of the world and get perfect education, I would say, playing in different conditions. Chinmay running in hard. This time he goes through mid-wicket, doesn't get past that man. Good bit of work there.
Oh, we just keep on praising the standards which they've maintained in the fielding department. Once again, that was brilliantly done. He's put in that hard dive and has certainly saved some runs for his team. So looking to accelerate and shift gears now. 18. They've just lost 1 wicket, but they would want to get somewhere around 45 at least in the first 6 overs. Just lay the platform for the middle order batters. Drifting onto the leg side, and it's going towards the boundary. We'll have to wait for the signal, and it's been given as 4 leg byes.
Just straying onto that middle leg stump and just brushed his inner pad on all the way for a boundary. Useful runs here for Yorkshire, but as a bowler you don't mind. Just need to get his line to that off stump channel, make him drive through the offside.
So far so good. Saka bowlers, they're bowling well. They're keeping things relatively simple in the middle. Fuller delivery completely deceives Ribes. I don't really think he was expecting that fuller delivery, and beaten all ends up in the end. It's 4 gone, 22 for 1. It's going to be a bowling change. Manraj Johal into the attack, and straight away he's been pulled and pulled handsomely, just marginally short, and Manrajan's bowled a short delivery to start off proceedings.
Excellent shot. This time he picks the length early and just delayed his short a fraction to be able to find the meat of the bat. Finlay Bean is looking good here. He looks a strong player. both of the front and of the back foot. Again pulled away, but this time picked out the man. A little fumble. Doesn't cost him much.
Oh, there's one thing about Raj Johal, he needs to learn quickly. They've already played a couple of games in this way ground, and anything short, it just doesn't work unless and until you go for those slower bumpers, which we've seen it tends to hold up in the surface. But otherwise, if you offer pace and ball short, especially with the new ball, you've seen the ball travel distance. So they've opted to now make a change in the field. Revis has already played a lot of deliveries and will look to shift gears now. Goes hard and just over the fielder's head, and it's traveled towards the boundary.
Another very good shot, just hitting through the line. Didn't quite out of the middle of the bat, but just got enough to clear that mid-off fielder. There's a very positive intent from Matthew Reeves. Good recovery here from Yorkshire after losing an early wicket. Both these batters now looking to get on with it. And Manraj Johal under pressure in his first over. This time he goes again. This is even better. Superb stuff here from Matthew Reeves.
Well, that is a much better shot, and he's got a pretty solid connection on this one. Just marginally short, and such a safe shot to opt, playing down the way. And this one is certainly going to give him some confidence, because there was a bit of a stutter and wasn't looking all that comfortable, but now he's getting a move on. So it's already 13 runs in this over, and Manraj Johal is struggling here. Needs to find his length specifically. He's bowling touch short. This has been lofted in the air, and it sailed over the fence. Such a tough shot to execute inside out, and he's made it look so simple.
Well, that is absolutely glorious. One of the most difficult shots in cricket. Playing that lofted extra cover drive in the air, and he's done it with utmost ease. Gave himself room, just held his pause, timed it to perfection. Huge over in the context of the game. They got their power play back on track. Yorkshire scoring around 8.5 runs per over now, and looking for more. Slow delivery onto the pads. Played fine and played with great amount of style. Lovely placement, 4 runs.
Well, it's turned out to be a massive over. He went for that slower bumper, but he's worked it away nicely. 4 runs written all over it. From the moment it left his bat, 23 runs have been looted in the 5th over, and Yorkshire now, all of a sudden, they'll feel they've got good runs on the board. 45 for 1 after 5. Right then, this is the man we've been waiting for, Arfad Bhuiyan. He was the player of the moment in the last game, and straight away he's bowled a magnificent delivery and almost produced a wicket.
Oh, he was just sensational that day where he took a hat-trick. I'm touch surprised he's not been given the brand new ball. It would have been a lot tempting as a captain to just throw the ball to one of your best bowlers early on, straight away. Bang on the money, round the wicket, beating the left-hander. He does bowl that full length. Oh, this time he looks to go across the line and it's been given. Finlay Bean looking to play on the onside. Yeah, looked pretty straight.
I think that was a very good decision. It looked adjacent, it looked plumb in front, and just when he was looking to shift gears, trying to ramp it, not too sure with that shot selection, but after such a good start, he will be devastated with himself. Goes for scoring after 12 rounds. It's 45 for 2. New batter walks in at number 4 position. It's gonna be George Hill. Played well one of the games, but now he's gonna be facing the fire of the youngster Arafat Bhuyen. He's just continuing from where he left off in the first game. Picked up, of course, a hat trick, and now in the very first over he's bowling, he's picked up a big scalp. So the field which he's gotten now, he's got a slip in place. That's good to see, and he's got a deep square leg alongside a deep third man. Nice little drive, good shot, George Hill. That should give him some confidence straight away.
Yeah, seems like he just came out of the nets. Terrific drive. A lovely day here once again. The families are out there supporting their kids. Wonderful talent on both sides. And a great day for cricket in Stoll. Steered away on the offside. Once again, good bit of work in that gully area. Couldn't prevent that single.
Yeah, Rafat Bhuyan, talking about him, he does not really express with his space. What really impresses is his lines and the consistency which he holds. He just keeps on bowling in those teasing lines, and his length also has been a hallmark to witness in this tournament. By far, he's been one of the best bowlers, not only for his side, but also overall in this tournament where there's so many superstars in this tournament. But Arafat has stood tall. This is slashed, and he's beaten all ends up.
Oh, absolutely. He's been phenomenal throughout this competition. And every now and then, he just wants to bang it in short, and that one just skidded on. Surprise Reeves with that extra bit of pace on that occasion. 46 for 2. I would say even Stevens at this stage, winning the toss. That one big over really cost Team Saka, put them on the back foot otherwise. It's been a power play, belonged to them. And there's the improvisation. And there is the result. Ramped away for 4.
Well, this is one shot which we've witnessed. Most of the players have been fancying so much, and more often than not, they have found success. And yet again, he's got a decent connection. Gets a 4 to close out the power play. Yorkshire also reaches the 50 mark. It's 50 for 2 after 6.
50 for 2 after 6. First sign of spin. Offside off stump, inside edge. They sneak through for a single. Sheikh been introduced into the attack. Tossed up and nicely played. Was looking to hit it a lot wider of mid off. It will be interesting to see whether he gets any sort of spin of this surface. Oh, that was a good ball. Good delivery there. It's a slow track, so you can afford to play off the back foot just like that. If you're not picking a leg spinner, that's good running and good placement from George Hale. As a spinner, it's very important what pace you bowl on this surface, for that matter on any surface, and work out that right pace is important. I think he just needs to get a little fuller and a little quicker, just like that. That it doesn't allow them time to rock back and work the ball into the gaps. Easy pace track. It's not really skidding on. So that's where the length and the variations comes into play. Easily done again through mid-on. Good work there in the field. A decent over from Sheikh comes to an end. 7 gone, 56 for 2. $56 for 2 after 7. Time for more spin. Or of Shetty into the attack. Shortish delivery and punched nicely through the offside. This is a period of play where Yorkshire, they just need to keep milking the ball into the gaps and pounce on anything loose. Have some sort of foundation to go big in the last 7 or 8 overs. It's a crucial period of play here for both teams. Swept away and swept away all the way for 6. The wind also helping his cause there, George Hale. That one just flew as well. The fielder thought he was in business, but hit well enough over his head for 6. Shetty just getting his line slightly towards the pads and being dealt with style here from Hill. Lovely punch there off the back foot, playing with the full face of the bat. That's good batting. Both these players, they are looking proactive against the spinners, and that is very, very important. Short ball, pulled away for another biggie. This is not great stuff here from Shetty. trying to push it through quicker and drops it short. It was a hit me ball. Revis really climbs into that one. Second six of the over. It's a big one here for Yorkshire. The runs are beginning to flow. "15 runs coming of the first 5 deliveries." That kind of over is a bit of a game changer. Make it 16. Will they look to come back for the second? That's excellent running. Superb between the wickets. These two. 8 gone. 73 for 2. The last over produced 70, which really kept Yorkshire back on track. Leg by to start off this over, looking to use his feet. George Hill, tall player. Shah Sheikh is a good young leg spinner. He does vary his pace. He's got a good wrong one as well. Nicely clipped on the onside. Will just be a single this time. Good partnership developing. Good positive intent from these two. They got the current run rate to 9 runs per over, which is just about perfect. That one being hit so hard off the back foot once again on the shorter side. On a different kind of pitch, this length would rush the batters through, but it's a slow wicket here at Tolerance over Abu Dhabi. That was a good wrong one. Once again, he's playing it off the pitch. It allows him the time as well to make that adjustment. Even he didn't pick it initially, but played it well off the pitch. Short ball pulled away. Man coming around takes it. Unfortunately for Revis, this time he's not able to really put any power behind that shot. It was fraction shot. He wanted to hit it all the way. Finds out. Long gone. Timely breakthrough for Saka. Yorkshire 77 for 3. Revis goes for 35. 77 for 3. Oh, that one just stayed down a fraction as well. Got to look to get forward initially in the innings. Yash was beaten for a little bit of skidness. End of the over, 9 overs gone. 77 for 3, Yorkshire. Seventy-seven for 3. Chenmay comes into the attack, bowling relatively full length. Still looking for swing. I'm not sure there's any lateral movement in the air at the moment. It's slightly semi old ball now. Worked away fine. Just be a single. As they were looking to really break free, unfortunately they lost. Matthew Reeves is playing really well, and that's a perfect opportunity for Saka to claw back. Bowl a couple of tight overs, squeeze in few overs. Beautiful on drive. That is special. That is probably the shot of the morning so far. Copybook stuff here. Terrific balance. And the full flourish of the bat. That was just a majestic on drive. That will please a lot of fans watching. Beautiful day of cricket here in Tolerance Oval, Abu Dhabi. Oh, has he nicked it? Yes, he has. So Chenmay gets the breakthrough. And good-looking George Hill finds a little tickle straight to the wicketkeeper against the runner play. Yorkshire, they lose another wicket. Disappointment for George Hill as he walks back dejectedly. 83 for 4. '83 for 4. Chenmay getting the breakthrough and right on the money there. Jordan Thomason comes out to the middle, leading Yorkshire today. And they will need a knock of substance from their captain. Just when they were looking so good, they lost 2 quick wickets. Now they will have to rebuild again. Pulled away in the air and taken. Would you believe it? Chenmay gets another wicket. That's the end of Jordan. Thompson, the captain, picking out the man in the deep. The trap was set. And he finds that man in the deep. Yorkshire, they slide further into trouble. 5 down for 83. '83 for 5. Nicely driven through the offside. Look to come back for the second. All of a sudden, 2 new batters in the middle. 5 down. They've lost 3 wickets in no time. After 8 overs, they were 71 for 2 now. 85 for 5. Desperately need of a partnership. And Dom Bess, with his experience, will play a key role here for Yorkshire. Two men behind square on the offside. Cover in the ring. Nicely tossed up delivery and he gets off the mark. Stylish drive here from Dom Bess. And he's got himself run out. Well, he was looking for that second. Let's have a look. It was a good piece of fielding. And he was committed to come back for the second. Confusion. And that's the end of Tom Bess. Yorkshire, they're losing their way here big time. Another one goes. It's 86 for 6 now. Another good delivery here from Shah, making the batter drive. Amazing turn of events here for Team Saka. Picked up 4 wickets in no time. That is true. Will just be a single. Good work in the deep, covering a lot of territory. Great anticipation and getting to the ball. 71 for 2, and all of a sudden 88 for 6, 4 wickets in no time. Yorkshire in trouble here. Pulls and gets it past that fielder at short fine. Man at square leg does well. Another couple of runs to end the over. 11 overs gone. 90 for 6 Yorkshire. Oh, what a catch! What a breakthrough! It's Munra Joel, after an expensive first over, comes back into the attack and immediately strikes. That is a terrific take by the wicketkeeper. Outstanding glove work. Another wicket falls. This time Yash departs for 5. 90 for 7 Yorkshire. What a turnaround for Saka. Yorkshire 90 for 7. Drives it through the offside, doesn't get past the cover fielder. From 71 for 2 to 90 for 7. 5 wickets. Space of just 19 runs. That's a massive collapse. Now they got to make sure that they bat out the remaining overs. Again looking to drive. It was well away from his body. Not quite arriving as well. There must be thrill. Very relaxed looking sports staff. Yeah, they've done a marvelous job behind the scenes preparing these guys, the coaching staff. Nice drive, but good field placing, keeping the pressure on. It's important. And now that they don't allow those singles to be taken, just keep building the pressure. Excellent comeback over here from Manraj Johal. Went for 23 in his first wicket in 3 dot balls. He's been superb. Kane drives straight to mid-off. Outstanding bowling, good field placing from Amrit Basra, the captain of South Asian Cricket Academy. Last ball of the 12th. Will it be a maiden? He drives and this time he goes for a quick single. Gets it. 1 run and a wicket of Manraj Jol's second over. 12 overs done. 91 for 7 Yorkshire.
Sheikh to continue. Bowled beautifully so far. This is Upish, not in control. This has been a tremendous performance so far. Ninety-one for 7, and they are struggling at the moment. It has been a collapse of sorts. They're going along so well at one stage. They were 77 for 2 in a span of like, say, 9 overs, and then all of a sudden they just kept on losing wickets in a flurry. That has really put them at the back foot. So now a rebuild work needs to be done. Lovely shot, full face of the bat, and now all they have to do is just play out the 20 overs. That should be the go-to motive. Well, we've got a very special guest alongside us. It's Dominic Bess from Yorkshire joining me in the com box. Welcome, Dominic.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, bit of work to do here for sure. Probably wasn't our plan to be 7 down in the 12th.
Yeah, you were going along so well at one stage, 77 for 2. And now, I think the spinners, they've done exceptionally well. They've been using the wicket well, and they've slowed down their pace. I think that's what really has gotten onto the batters.
Certainly, I think as soon as you start using the pace, using the wicket, keeping the stumps in play, obviously our batters have had to then try and take it off the stumps, and then you had a run out within that, obviously myself included. As soon as you get 6-7 down, sort of early 10s 11 in the over, you're always in a bit of trouble.
Well, absolutely. Couldn't agree more on that. I think your wicket was a big one and such an unfortunate way to be getting out in front of a run out. We'll just keep on the conversation alive after this over. It's 13 gone, 97 for 7. So it's going to be Murad Johal, slightly expensive, but then again, he's picked up one important wicket early on. He's going to continue.
I think the way he bowls is obviously quite an attacking option. So obviously, it being 7 down here, he can probably pull back his over 8, but certainly look to try and take our last 3 wickets for sure.
Absolutely. I think that should be the way to go about. And they should be looking out to, I think, bowl them out. The objective has to be to get these 3 wickets and ensure they don't play out these 20 overs.
I think, yeah, certainly that, mate. I think if I was certainly in their shoes now as an opposition, you're trying to limit as much as you can, because these are the sort of times, if we even get a rebuild, you get it to, say, 130. For us, at least, it gives us an opportunity if we take early wickets. So where they are with this game, they've got to kill it for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more on that. Not side edge, not in control. Well, Dominic Best, I have to ask you this question. You've had a good run so far. I remember you were the player of the match in one of the games. It was an all-round performance by you. So how's the overall pre-prep season going? I mean, there's a lot of cricket coming back in the UK. So tell us more about that.
Yeah, we obviously start our summer in April. And it's a long summer, so coming out here is a great opportunity, not only for us, but obviously other teams. And obviously what the Super Cup allows us to do is play some very good cricket against some very good opposition, and I guess get those juices flowing again, ready for the summer.
Yeah, that's brilliant to know. And obviously, I'm pretty much optimistic you will be enjoying the overall conditions, which is obviously pretty much contrasting to what you have back in the UK. It's quite chilly, it's quite cold, but then again, here it's more than 35, 40 degrees.
Yeah, it's gives us opportunity, like I say, to get us out playing, get used to probably warmer conditions for sure. But most important, like I said, get out on grass, get our overs up, and play some competitive cricket. Certainly back home at the moment, it's certainly not as warm and as hot as here.
Oh, absolutely. It's scorching heat. It's pelting down here. And I think it's not that all easy straight away when you come from these conditions, and all of a sudden you have to adapt to such conditions and such climate. It's never easy, but then again, hats off to you guys. I think you've done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, that's the art of, I guess, playing cricket all around the world and experiencing different conditions. I know I've personally played here a couple of times, so you get used to, or you certainly have an idea of what you're going to come into, but certainly for our younger lads, it's allowing them to have experiences here, like I said, playing against some good opposition, but also understanding and experiencing different conditions, and certainly with the T20 block this week, and then going into red ball cricket as well. But yeah, you can't get much better when it's sunny and warm and you're playing some cricket.
Absolutely, yeah. Couldn't agree more on that. Last delivery coming up. Shot, he's pulled it away and he's found the gap to precision. This is going to give him a lot of confidence.
It's nice to see Harry get some good opportunity here as well. And like we've just said, I think the Saka boys here will be trying and take these last 3 wickets. And for us, that's a great over to try and rebuild here now. We've got 6 more overs. If we can keep this run rate, it gives us a fighting chance.
Well, we'll keep up the conversation alive after this over. It's 14 gone, 105 for 7. Right then, Arafat Bhuyan, the man of the moment, the man who picked up a hat-trick in the very first on the very first match, Dominic.
He's certainly a smart bowler, and I know he's obviously been in the professional game before, so he's certainly got a good set of skills. So this can be quite tricky for us here, and obviously certainly with Saka's boys, he's going to be quite a tricky last 3 overs to operate.
Shaw trying to pull that away, just could not get the timing of the connection, and ball just staying slightly below. Well, also, Dominic, I would really love to know that how important are these matches, of course, that is one, and how do you find the overall infrastructure here in Abu Dhabi, the overall setup which you've seen?
Yeah, it's super important for us. Obviously, going back home and going straight into a competitive competition, you need the level and the facilities. As we see, Moz miss one again, but the opportunities come out here, and I guess the facilities. There's a reason why your international teams come here and operate before series. I know obviously England have come over a couple of times before, but then to think they've had all this cricket and then we can still come out here and play some high-level cricket and also train as well with the facilities, it's second to none.
Well, that's brilliant to know. Arafat charging in once again, short, and I think this is brilliant stuff here from Arafat Bhuiyan. And Dominic, what he's trying to do is just taking the pace of the ball, realizing it's that kind of a wicket, but the ball at times just tends to hold up into the surface and comes a little slower to the bat.
He's found a really good length, hasn't he? I think that bounce isn't there, but from his height, you're expecting it, obviously. So he's probably having, I can't see from here, but I'll be expecting him to certainly have some change-ups as well as he's running in. As you see, he's gone quite full there, and Moz can only get it away for 1. But, I mean, you look at this over, it's only gone for 2, and we're sneaking into the 15th over here. So, like we've said before, hopefully we can push to try and get 130. Hopefully Harry here can really kick on and, I guess, navigate the tail end while Moz just being around. But when you've got bowlers like this, it's obviously certainly a lot trickier to do than just say.
Yeah, couldn't agree more on that. And I personally feel if Duke and Morathi, if they stay in the middle and if they go on to play out these 20 overs, you just said 130, I believe they're going to surpass 150 as well. And that is not going to be easy to chase down considering the bowling depth you have in your line.
Yeah, as we see, coming in for the second last delivery. Short ball, hit out for 1. Completely agree. I think that's where we can hopefully give ourselves a chance. If we go at 10 and over now, we're looking at 150s. But again, I still certainly think if we're in around 130 to 140, it's probably a little bit more realistic. But again, these are the opportunities, and you never know with T20 cricket which way it can go.
Well, absolutely. By the looks of it, there is a partnership now being built between these two. Arafat pulling his last delivery. Lovely shot, showing the full face of the bat. Technically so sound when he looks to play it down the ground.
Yes, Daniel has worked very hard on his batting, and certainly the shapes that you can see with him there is great.
It's 15 gone, 109 for 7. It's going to be Chinmay Mullapudi to bowl his last over. He's had a decent outing so far. He's raided his space beautifully and brilliant bit of fielding. I think this has been one of the highlights, or has he not? He's let that go. But then again, full marks for the effort.
Yes, it's a great shot from Moz there to gap him. Again, very strong, full face of the bat, and you do, once you beat the outfield here, you certainly get your value for runs.
Well, Dominic, I'm not going to really bother you much. I'm going to ask you one more last question on regards to how difficult was it to really adapt to these conditions. Obviously, back in the UK, the wickets are very quick. The bowlers get a lot of assistance and help. We'll get back to the composition. That's a bit of a fumble and will allow them to get a single. So, yeah, tell us more about that, please.
Yeah, well, the really interesting thing about out here is certainly there's 3 games, and back home is probably more like the day-night. So the other night when we played, it was quite damp and a bit dewy, and the ball skidded on very well. So that then contraring to today, obviously dry heat early in the morning, probably keeps a little bit lower and has a touch in it. So there's a real ability to try and challenge, I guess, your skills with that. And like I said before, predominantly maybe later on in the evening is very more similar to the UK than maybe the start. But like I said, and reinforce it, the experiences that you learn out here, you can then take around the world, which I think only betters you as a player.
Yeah, absolutely, Dominic. Couldn't agree more on that. It's always a privilege to be playing on these kind of surfaces where you're not really used to. And I think it's such a great experience for all the players getting exposure and playing on such surface where the ball doesn't really come onto the bat all that nicely. And I think they've adapted themselves really well.
Yeah, and I think even here now, as we are 7 down, 114 for 7 off the 15th, even Dan here having the opportunity to bat for 8-9 overs and getting used to the conditions, even he's now faced 16 balls, and hopefully he can now use that to certainly push on the score as we move into the sort of death overs, alongside Harry Duke, who's striking here at around 120, 130.
Yeah, from being 90 for 7, they're now 115 for 7. So it's a good little partnership being built. Nice played along the carpet for a single. So it's turning out to be a decent over so far. They've started off well by getting that early boundary.
Yeah, that's definitely what you need here. So obviously looking into this last ball, of the over. If we can get a boundary here, you're back up to that 10 and 11 mark, which you said if you can do that for 5 overs, you'll certainly be pushing 150. And again, you need it against sort of an opposition like this in the T20. As you see, Harry can't do that. He's taken the single, but the positive is he's now on strike for the next over. So 117 for 7 after 16.
Tucks it away gently towards the deep mid wicket. They're looking for the 2, and they will get it comfortably. So the runs are coming thick and fast now, Dominic.
Yeah, certainly, especially against Khan here. He's obviously bowled very well to start with, very economical. So Harry now has got a great opportunity to build this over, build up some runs, and then give him some license these back 4 overs.
Yeah, crucial last 23 deliveries coming up. And good news that both the batters have gotten a good start. Driven nicely in full control. And a bit of a fumble. I think the ball is somehow going to win the race.
So there again, strong cricket shots, going for 4, 6 off the start. Now it's a great opportunity to probably try and catch up a little bit now. Try and finish this back end of this over very strong. See if we can get into the 10s and 15 and over.
Well, one thing is for sure, Dominic, that there is some assistance and purchase for the spinners. So are you looking forward for today as well?
I am. I think as well, if it's going to be a slightly smaller target, there's a bit more pressure as a bowling side. But again, we speak about prepping for the season. I think there'll always be opportunities, I guess, well, hopefully not opportunities, more experiences that I can take from here going into the summer where this might be a scenario back home. So practicing it now will be, obviously, this is why you come here, really. So Khan coming in for his 4th ball. Good length, inside chunk really to mid-on. They scamper 1.
Well, he's done a decent job once again, Isham Khan. He was spot on, I remember, in the first game, and just continuing his good bowling performance yet again. And I think he's done a phenomenal job to keep the batters quiet. I mean, he's bowling to one of the most experienced side, and we need to give credit to the youngster Hisham Khan.
He's bowled a good length. He's obviously decent change-ups as well. Again, if he could, speaking as an opposition, if we can get hold of him the last 2 here, that'll be real positive. But it's going to be, as he's bowled a full ball appeal, we've snuck a single. Again, it just shows you there the quality of him. Changing his lengths, changing his pace as well as it's sliding down. Good decision by the umpire. Very grateful as a Yorkshireman as well. As we are 7 down here, we need as many wickets as we can going into the last 3.
I think it's a good recovery phase for Yorkshire. At one point, it looked like there was a huge possibility to be getting bundled out, but these two have certainly put up a show.
They have, as we see Harry chip one into covers for a single there. Another very good over from Khan. Oh, sorry, we've got 1 ball left. No, we don't. We have an over, and we are currently 126 for 7 off 17, and that is me done.
Well, thank you so much, Dominic Best, to be sharing the comm box with us. It was an absolute privilege, and let me tell you, you were fantastic with your commentary skills, and best of luck for your bowling.
Thank you very much. Enjoyed my experience. Cheers, boys. Thank you.
Well, that was Dominic Best, one of the greats of Yorkshire. Of course, he's been there and around for the team, and he's really served Yorkshire well. And also, he's had a decent tournament so far. Well, it was very impressive by Dominic Best, sharing his insights on regards to how the overall tournament has treated them, the tournament, of course, and the overall infrastructure and the setup here in Abu Dhabi. So it was an absolute privilege to be having one of the best players for Yorkshire, Dominic Best. It was very surprising that he had excellent qualities when it comes to his commentary skills. Short delivery, and meanwhile now all the focus back in the game. They're going along well. This is a good little comeback by Team Yorkshire, and they've given something for their bowlers now to bowl. And mind you, they will be coming in all guns blazing. It's just not going to be all that easy to be just coming down and score these runs. And this is where I believe Team Saka, they really had this opportunity to put the lid on the scoring and try to bowl them out. But then, in the end, Duke and Moriarty have stood up, risen to the occasion, and they find themselves in a much better position as to what they were earlier. Yeah, lots of hard work is done, of course, behind the scenes, talking about South Asian Cricket Academy. It has been such an impressive show overall. In all the 3 departments, they've really impressed us a lot. especially their fielding. That has been one highlight and hallmark in this tournament. Goes for the ramp and beautifully bowled. Arafat Bhuiyan, he's a smart and a canny bowler. He saw that the batter, he was trying to shuffle across the stumps, and that's what he did. He followed him. And this is what put Duke in two minds. So Bhuiyan will surely be bowling the 20th over as well. He's got one under his sleeve after this. And this has been terrific stuff to be keeping these batters quiet in the middle. Cut away nicely. He's found the gap. It's going to be a long chase, and they will get easy couple of more runs. So we were discussing, me and Dominic Best, that he thought 130 is going to be a good score. Well, we have 130 here, and you've also got 14 more legal deliveries to go. So that means they've got a perfect opportunity to surpass that 150 mark, and if they go on to do so, we've seen that anything above 150 on this ground, it just becomes very difficult to chase it. So that's why they need to ensure they don't lose, they don't leak many more runs. That's a short bumper and has completely deceived Duke. He's just having a look at the umpire. The umpire thought otherwise, and it's been given as a legal delivery. So Arafat Bhuiyan, the youngster, he's been so impressive in this tournament. Of course, the only player to be getting a hat-trick, and that too in the very first game. It was so impressive against Team Somerset. And that is one achievement he will be remembering for all his life, for a long, long time. Excellent over yet again comes to the end. It's 18 gone, 132 for 7. Strikes it hard down the ground. Looking for two, rightfully so denied. Gets only a single. So Hisham has been very economical yet again. Also has picked up one important wicket early on.
Good recovery here from Yorkshire after they fell apart in those middle overs. These two are looking good here, and a big finish. A flurry here will get them past that 150. That should be a competitive total on this track. Right away, straight to mid-off. Another single. They need a couple of boundaries. Only 10 deliveries remaining. 133 for 3. Harry has played really well. Looked good form. Asham Khan, 1 for 15, economical with those change-ups. Once again, it was a very good delivery. This time, the wicket-keeper not able to collect that one. Has 4 byes, they all count.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate for Hisham. It was a lovely cutter, and the keeper just getting that awkward bit of bounce behind Araf Shetty. Can't really blame him there. And it's gone for 4 byes. They don't mind how they come. These are very, very important, vital runs for being 90 for 7. They're now 137 for 7. Shows how beautifully these two have built up this innings and how have put their team into a commanding position, I would say. It is a wicket where there is something for the bowlers. And talking about Yorkshire bowlers, they've got some quality in their bowling attack. So they're going to come all guns blazing, and they'll try to win this game and finish on a high.
Absolutely. This innings is, you can split it into a couple of phases. One time they were 71 for 2 and all of a sudden 90 for 7. That was a collapse. Now a recovery. Inside edge. Little bit of luck here. But it goes past leg stump for another boundary. Perfect result.
Look at this lovely ball. Cut him into half, and how did it miss the stumps? And adding insult to injury, it's an inside edge and has gone towards the boundary. So not the most effective of runs coming in this over, but they will take this any day. It's really gonna help them in the end. 142, it's a decent score now. Last delivery coming up. Bowls a fuller delivery, and Moriarty, he is missed out. He knows it was in the slot and just keeping touch low. Penultimate over, done and dusted. It's 142 for 7.
One 42 for 7 into the last over. Nicely played. And good effort at backward point, and Ricochet will just enable them to come back for the second. Good running here from Harry. This is a wonderful stuff here from Yorkshire. They will go into the break after that massive collapse. High on confidence and a little bit of momentum to carry forward. It's a dry pitch, so the bowlers of Yorkshire will have assistance to work with and try to restrict them before that target. Meanwhile, Arfad Bowen continuing. Pulled off the front foot. Nicely done. That's a terrific shot.
Oh, this is such smart batting. Arfad Bowen bowled touch shot, and he saw there was a huge real estate towards the cow corner between the deep mid wicket and the mid on. So finding the gap to perfection and getting 4 more runs, so just a couple of more runs shy to be getting that 150 mark. And now I'm pretty much sure that the dugout will be a bit more relaxed as to what they were finding themselves early on. Short delivery, this has been cut away nicely. They might just consider to come back for the second. We'll stick to 1.
Closing in on that 150 mark. 3 more deliveries remaining. He would love to get a maximum or a boundary away here. Every run holds significant importance at the back end of this first innings. Saka will feel they've done well generally, but they missed that opportunity of getting Yorkshire bowled out for somewhere around 120, 130. Excellent partnership. Good leg stump Yorker. Worked away straight to mid-on. Another single. 150 up for Yorkshire. They'll take that.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to take this any day. 150. It's a good score. It's a winning score, I would say, on this wicket. The spinners will play a huge role for Yorkshire, of course. We will see Dominic Bess as well come on to bowl. He was brilliant in the last game he played. Short delivery. This has been pulled away, and pulled away with a lot of authority for a huge, gigantic 6.
Terrific strike. This is absolutely brilliant at the back end. From 150 to 156, it just took one delivery. Ideal result here for Yorkshire. What innings coming in from Harry Duke. Just when the chips were down, he's able to steady the ship and get his side to a score, which definitely they will look to defend and fancy their chances.
Last ball coming up. Arfat Bhuiyan, and he was spot on in the first 3 overs he bowled until this last over. Just finding himself in a bit of bother. Can't really find those lengths. Could have really gone for those Yorkers, lower bumpers, but rather he's just bowling in those length where it's getting easier for the batters. Hits it hard, straight to the fielder. And just a single. We might see a run out. And yes, it's been given on field.
A wicket of the last ball for Saka, but this pair has done a remarkable job getting them up to 157 after 20 overs for the loss of 8 wickets. On the other end, Saka, they'll feel like if they bat well, there's no real demons. It's a slow wicket, but it's chaseable. James Wharton went for 6, 35 for Matthew Rees. Played really well. Then wickets fell in that middle part of the innings, but very good finish from Harry Duke. 43 in contribution from Dom as well. 18 run out on the last ball. 15 extras to help their cause. 158 is the target for Saka when they come out to bat. As far as the bowling is concerned, Hasham Khan was brilliant, economical, 1 for 22 wickets for Chenmay. Also bowled with good accuracy. 1 wicket each there for Manraj, Joel and Arafat Bhuiyan, along with Shahrukh Sheikh, the leg spinner. The bowling is generally fantastic from Saka. That 1 over from Arif Shetty went for 17. But winning the toss, they'll take that. I'll say it's even Stevens who will get the job done in the second half. We will have to wait and see. That's the target, 158 for Saka in 20 overs. We will take a short break and back with the run chase.
Welcome back once again, viewers. We're all set for this fascinating run chase. Yorkshire, they've done extremely well from being 90 for 7, and then that brilliant partnership coming in the latter part of the game. They were absolutely brilliant. Dan and Harry ensuring that they get their team to a respectable total. So now all eyes on the bowlers. Beautifully bowled. It's gonna be Alex Wade to be starting off proceedings with the new ball. Another very talented right arm fast bowler. He's got that knack of generating some extra pace early on, and that's where he can trouble the batters if he can pitch the ball in the right area. I'll just ball it touch fuller, so we might just see him getting some kind of assistance and movement. He's got a short cover in place as well. Cut away nicely, but straight into the hands. So much is going to be dependent on these two batters in the middle. They'll have to ensure they don't give early wickets out of Shetty and Vanshjani. Two very, very talented cricketers, very stylish batters. I've seen them in the last couple of games and they were very, very impressive. Technically very sound. Look at the head position. Look at the balance. Overall stance is perfect. These guys are excellent prospects for the future. Short and well played. He's just letting the ball come to him, and that's why he's trying to play it as late as he can, opening the face of the bat. And that's the right approach. You don't want to be finding yourself out early on by playing rash shots. It is that kind of a wicket if you do give yourself time and apply yourselves. Once you get your eye in the middle, and then it becomes so much easier to play your shots a bit more freely. Swing and a miss once again. It's turning out to be quite a decent over. And one thing is for certain, that Alex Wade is beaten Shetty by that express pace.
He's bowled really well throughout the competition. Alex Wade, skiddy customer. Yorkshire will be looking up to him to strike immediately here. Good start, building pressure. That's the right way of operating on this surface. Try and be consistent as possible. This time, cut away in style. Little bit of room offside off stump, and Shetty pounces in style.
Yeah, he was in full control when he was playing that cut shot. Excellent head position, very good balance, and finding the gap to perfection. Once again, letting the ball come to him, and Alex Wade needs to be a little careful that he's getting slightly predictable. He's just persisting to be bowling these short deliveries, and I think Shetty, he was waiting for that similar delivery, but this time he's done well.
Yeah, you can't afford to bowl short and wide on this surface. Slow wicket, we mentioned time and again. That's a lot better. That's the end of the first over. 4 for none, Saka.
It's a watchful start here by Team Saka, getting that early boundary in the over. It's going to be Jack White shooting the new ball now. And that's just beaten everyone. It's trickling away towards the boundary.
Hint of away swing, and he flashed it hard. And desperate effort there. Not able to get across to that one boundary to start off the over. And they're taking few notes as well, watching the proceedings closely.
Beautifully ball onto the stumps and equally well played, tucking it out. Tell us more as to how have you found these youngsters in this tournament, South Asian Cricket Academy. I think they've been very impressive and they show a lot of potential for the future.
Oh, absolutely. They have a history of producing top class players through the ranks over the years. And these all guys are working very hard, and the sports staff, the coaches, administration, they've done a great job providing them this sort of platform to come over to the subcontinent and really develop their skills. Obviously, experiences like this goes a long way to come to those foreign conditions and test your skills against the best.
Yeah, they look a happy bunch. A few smiling faces there. You can see the captain, Amrit Basra. I think he's done exceptionally well. Such a confident man. He's an excellent leader as well. He's got that leadership qualities with him. White to continue, swing and a miss. That's a top-class delivery. That movement is causing a few troubles to the batters.
Oh, absolutely. Terrific length. Again, drawing the right-hander into driving. It was a wonderful ball. 9 for no loss. They'll be hoping for a solid start here. If they can beat Yorkshire here, that will go a long way in really giving them a lot of confidence. Oh, beats him again. Another good delivery. This is wonderful stuff here from White.
Yeah, the idea was right here by Arif Shetty. He used his feet. He came down the track, but I think he was a bit too late. And that's why he got deceived. Maybe he can just come one step forward and stand on the crease. That's where he can negate the extra bit of swing which Jack White is getting. Just need to weather the storm. It will jag around for the first 4-5 overs. Bowled him. Or is it not? It's LBW. That's a beautiful delivery, and I think it's a good decision as well.
Yeah, a couple of outswingers. Now this one brought back in. The only thing could have been the height. Not too sure, but the impact was in line. That's the first wicket for Yorkshire. 9 for 1. Nine for 1, Saka. They lost their opener. Wonderful bowling from White. That's going to be Jordan Thompson. Very good length. That's excellent bowling. Now the wind is also picked up. That was the last wicket. It will be interesting to see where did it struck him. Yeah, looked out to me because that back leg was bent. It hit him on the back thigh. But as you watch His back leg was bent right in front. Another good decision from Kashif Billah. He's been impressive. And so is Jordan. He started off well. Wesley, if you notice, Yorkshire, they're making a conscious effort, pitching the ball further up, and they're getting results.
Absolutely, Asghar Khan. I think they've realized, and they've played a couple of games early on as well, so they have adapted to these conditions pretty early, and they know that the right approach is to pitch the ball up, and that's where you can get those early wickets, those outside edges in your favor. This is going to be close. Directed, and I think he was a goner.
Yeah, took on the man on the offside. Little bit of miscommunication there. He took a punt and got away with it. The fielder there in the covers had a relatively a good sighter to hit those stumps, possibly 2.5 stumps to aim at. Missed it. Lengths, yeah. Lengths have been perfect. Jordan continuing. Oh, that looked really close again. Yes, given. Terrific length. Little bit of in swing, and he's got caught on the crease. Yorkshire getting another one.
Oh, this is so unfortunate for Dayush Ahmed. On the very first ball, he is plumb in front, as plumb as it gets, and the umpire took absolutely no time whatsoever to raise his finger, and another one goes down. It's not looking too good at the moment for Team Saka. They lose their second, and Dayush goes for a golden duck. It's 10 for 2.
Ten for 2. Saka in early trouble. Very impressive lengths being bowled by the Yorkshire paceman, pitching the ball up, getting the results. Down the leg side, good work behind the stumps and given as a wide. Saka, they need a captain's knock. Let's have a look at the last wicket. Now that was the wide, straying down the leg side. It's time for Amrit Basra to really stand up and play a big knock here to get them over the line. He's got to weather the storm here and get through